Welcome in the chemical kinetics lectures. So last lecture was actually the zero order integrated rate law expression. We tried to calculate the formula or derive the formula for the integrated rate expression for zero order, and many other questions and graph that can be based on that formula can be easily deducted from there. Now we try to derive the very important derivation based on the integrated rate law expression for first order reaction. Even the first order reaction is very important for the board examinations as well as competitions, because many of the numericals questions, conceptive numericals, application based numericals and graph based numericals, actually they ask from the first order reaction only, the first order kinetics. The differential rate equation and integrated rate equation, the both equations are different. At the same time, we have to be calculate or derive the half-life equation and the equation in which the pressure, means the gaseous species are used, the pressure term is used. So students, get ready for the derivation and take out your copy and pen. The same simultaneously with me, just try to derive what is the integrated rate law expression for the first order. Okay, let's try it. For first order reaction, the differential rate equation can be written as this is called differential rate equation for the first order. Equation number first. Okay, it can be rearranged like this. This is the rearrangement of the differential rate expression for the first order. Okay. On integration, because to get the integrated rate law expression, we have to be integrate both the side for this equation. So on integration, it will be natural log ln molar concentration of reactants plus I, where integrated constant I is integrated constant minus kT. So integration of dt is called as t, and integration of dr by r become ln r. Okay, so it can be rearranged, but without rearranging, before rearranging, we have to be first find out the value of integrated rate expression constant I. Okay. If the reaction begin at time t0, the concentration can be written as a initial concentration. This one is called final concentration. This is called R0, is the initial molar concentration of reactants. So from the equation second. From equation second, you can write like this. See the equation second. Instead of R, we have to put here R0, and instead of T, we have to put 0. Okay. So this will become This will become 0. So I will become ln R0. Okay. So this value we have to put in the equation number second. The value of I will put in the equation number second, and equation second become equation second become ln R equal to minus kt plus ln r naught. Okay, this will become ln r equal to minus kt plus ln r naught. Okay, on rearranging we can get the actual value. Okay, so rearrange it. Rearrange. On rearranging, it will become ln r naught will come here, and sorry, minus kt will this side and ln r will be this side. So it will become like kt equal to in the log the subtraction become division as formula. So it can be like that. So it can be written like this. Okay, now in the terms of rate constant formula, k equal to 1 by 2 ln r naught upon r. Equation number third. This equation number third is called integrated rate law expression for the first order rate constant value. So k will be 1 by t ln r naught by r. Okay, now you can convert this in the log 10 base, and for that you have to be just multiply by 2.303 a number. So it will become k equal to equation number 4. You can see that the equation number 4 is actually indicating the actual integrated rate law expression. The k equal to 2.303 upon t log initial concentration of reactants upon final concentration of the reactants. This equation number 4 is used for various numericals and concept as well as the graph. Okay, now you can calculate the all numerical based on the first order reaction is this. You can calculate on this. Okay, so k equal to 2.303 upon t. Now we have to be plot a graph. We have to be plot a graph for this formula. Okay, and before this, look at the condition. This was the integration. After integration, this was the actually ln r minus kt equal to ln r naught. So the graph can be deduced by this formula, or you can calculate the graph on the basis of this formula. It will be a never mind. Okay, you can draw a graph based on any other formula, integrated formula. Okay, so I am going to plot a graph based in this. Okay, I am comparing y equal to mx plus c. You can see that the y will be ln r versus t mx. The slope will be minus k, and this will be a actually constant value. Okay, so graph is ln r versus t, and we will get a downward straight line slope because there is a minus k. So slope will be minus k, and ln r naught will be intercept. So you can see that when we draw a graph ln r versus t, we will get a downward slope straight line where slope indicating minus k and the intercept indicating ln r naught 0, ln r naught. Okay, you can draw one more graph you can draw one more graph. Okay, so let's see what graph can be, one more graph can be. Okay, let's see. So on rearranging equation of fourth can be rearranged by this way also. See the equation number fifth. See the equation number fifth. I am just rearranging the equation number fourth. Log R naught upon R, and then this will be a KT upon 2.303. Okay, so log R naught upon R equal to KT upon 2.303. Now you can just compare this value, equation number 50, you can measure it. Equation number 50, this can be compared with the y equal to mx plus c, where c is not given, so c will be actually assumed as 0. Y m, this will be x. Okay, so I am going to compare the one more graph. The y will be log r naught by r. Log R naught by R and versus T. So you can there is a positive sign, so graph must be a straight line upward. The second thing is constant value is not given, so graph must be start from the origin. So graph will be look like this. We will get a straight line from the origin when we plot a graph log R naught upon R versus T, and the slope here indicating K upon 2.303. So with the help of slope we can get the value of K upon 2.303, and with the when we draw a graph log R naught upon R versus T. So we have two different graphs for the first order reaction, and both the graphs are indicating on the board. You can note down the differential and integrated rate law expression, how it can be integrated, how we can draw a graph, the two different graphs, and how can be the different formula deducted from this graph, as well as how can we integrate the rate law expression for the first order reaction. Look and note down it. So now we are going to calculate and derive the formula for the half-life for the same first order reaction. Okay, we have this equation K 2.303 upon T log R naught by R. With the help of the same formula, we have to be derived the one more formula for the half-life of the first order reaction. Students, half-life is the actual time in which the concentration of initial concentration become the half of the initial value. Initial concentration become half, means the 50% concentration of the initial value is consumed. So the time duration is called half-life. Okay, let's solve the formula. T is called T half, and the final concentration become half of the initial value. So from equation number 4, you see the formula K equal to 2.303 upon T half equal to log R naught, and instead of R you have to write here R naught by 2 upon 2, that will be 2, so it will be cancelled out. now we have a log 2, and the value of log 2, you should be remember, the value of log 2 is 0.303. Okay, so the k will be, the t half will be 2.303 into the value of log 2 is 0.303 upon k. On calculating, this will become t half equal to on calculating it will become, I think 2 3 are 6 and 3 3 9, some 3 0.609 something na, some formula will come na, some exact value will come, I think some 0.6. The exact value is actually 0.693. This is the formula for the half-life of first order reaction, that T half equal to 0.693 upon K, where this formula indicating the half-life of the reaction of the first order is not depend upon the any concentration of reactants. It is just independent of the concentration of reactants. So the half-life for the first order is not depend upon the concentration of reactants. It is just only depends upon the constant value, the rate constant value. With the help of rate constant value, you just can be calculate the value of half-life for any first order reaction. Okay, it will complete now. Now it is completed. Now the problem is how can we derive the formula for the gaseous species? Suppose any of the reactants, any of the reactions includes different gaseous species, and the concentration, instead of concentration, there is pressure, partial pressure of the reactants given and total pressure of the reactants given. So how can we calculate the rate constant value, or how can we calculate the time period value for that equation? Okay, so now I am going to derive one more formula for the first order reaction in the terms of pressure. Let's try and derive the one more formula. For that, I am just taking an example, a general example. Okay, suppose we have example. Suppose we have this example: a gaseous species decomposed into B and C with the same number of coefficients. Coefficients are just 1. Okay, let's try. Initial concentration. When the reaction begin at T equal to 0, the time is 0, means reaction begin, no product is formed. So total pressure inside the reaction vessel is called the pressure of the reactants, and that is called P initial. Suppose after certain time, the time T, some of the reactants consumed and form a different product, suppose B and C. So this will become PA. PA is the partial pressure of the reactants at time T. Okay, this will be equal to Pi minus X, because some of the molecules of reactants consumed to form this B and C. At time T, the total pressure must be equal to the sum of the partial pressure of A, B and C. So on sum up, we will get minus X and plus X. It will be cancelled out. Now we have Pi plus X. So on calculating the value of X, it will become value of X P total minus Pi. So when we put this value of x in this formula pi minus x, we can get the value of pa. Therefore the pa equal to pi minus p total, and this minus minus become plus, equal to 2 pi minus p total. So value of pa is equal to 2 pi minus p total. Now look at the formula. This is called initial concentration, this is called final concentration. So according to the formula, there should be initial pressure of the reactants and there should be final pressure of the reactants. So the formula will look like K equal to 2.303 upon T log initial pressure is just Pi, but the final pressure is Pa, and the value of Pa is 2 Pi minus P total. This is the general formula. Equation number, this can be equation number 56. Actually 7, because this is the formula number 6. Equation number 6. This is the equation number 7. So equation number 7, you can be just see that the formula of K is just based on the initial pressure and the final pressure of the reactants, but the final pressure of the reactants is equal to the initial pressure and the total pressure. One more problem will be during the calculations of the numericals given in the board and competitions, that is, if the coefficients are similar, this can be the formula. But if the coefficient is different, so how can we just deduce the formula? Students learn it because of the different types of reaction. We have a different formula in the terms of partial pressure. And that's why we have to recalculate a different formula. But first learn it. If the coefficients of reactant and products are 1, 1, 1, then it will be the formula. If the coefficient will be changed, we have to be change the formula also. How? Let's discuss it. Okay, but first note down this. So let's try for some other reaction. Okay, one example is given in the NCERT and we'll try to find out how to calculate the pressure equation for this given example. Okay, the example is 2 and 2, 5. Example number 4.6 NCERT. 2 and 2, 5. Gives out 2 and 2, 4 plus O2. This is the reaction. Okay. Now the problem is, for any given type of gaseous reaction, how can we derive this integrated rate expression in the terms of pressure? Okay. Just be concentrated to get what I am saying here. Let's try. At time t0, there will be concentration called, there will be pressure called Pi, the initial pressure. Students, remember it, there is no products are formed. So the total pressure of the gaseous vessel must be equal to this initial pressure, Pi. Here, the Pi is also equal to the P total, because no other reactants are, no other products are available. So total pressure is also equal to the initial pressure of the reactants. Sometime in the question there is given total pressure. At T equal to 0, the total pressure known as Pi. Okay, very good. At T time, some of the reactants will be consumed, but now the coefficient is 2, so it will become 2x. This is just simple now. Pi minus 2x. This is equal to the final pressure of the reactants that is indicated by PA. Okay, here will be 2x and here will be x, 2x and x. Okay, so total pressure will be at time t. We have to be sum of all these pressure, so it will become Pi minus 2x plus 2x plus x. On cancellation, it will become P total equal to Pi plus x. Okay, Pi plus x. I think you thinking about, sir, the same value is here also. X equal to P total minus Pi, x equal to Pi. Sorry, here Pi plus x, and here also P total equal to Pi plus x. So what is the difference now? The difference is on putting the value of x in this formula. So therefore PA become, when you will put this value of x, it will become Pi minus 2Pi first change the value now. X equal to P total minus Pi. Now put the value of x. P equal to Pi and value of x will be 2P total minus 2P total plus 2Pi. Look at the difference. What is the difference here? Look at the value. When coefficients are 1 of the all species of the reactants and product, then the value of Pa is 2Pi minus P total. If the coefficient, one of the coefficient of reactant is 2 and product is also 2, the value of Pa can become 3Pi minus 2P total. Now just use the value. K equal to 2.303 upon T log Pi upon value of P equal to 3Pi minus 2P total. Look at the equation number 8. This equation number 8 is actually applicable for this type of reaction when reactants having 2 coefficient. Okay, number of moles are 2 and product also having 2 plus 1, 3 mole. 2 plus 1, 3 mole. So the P total, the equation will look like this. Now you can just put the value and solve the numericals. On conclusion, I think you are getting my point. When we are going to solve the reaction, gaseous reaction, there should be a different formula of the rate constant, integrated rate constant, and we have to first find out the formula for the gaseous species, then only can we calculate the value. So if the reaction is just asked in the concentration value, it will be okay, because formula is very simple, that is a constant formula. But for the gaseous species, if the value is given in the pressure terms, atmosphere and bar, it has to be different formula for the different equation. Okay, so with help of this, you can just calculate the different formula first, then we'll try to solve the numerical. Okay, this is all about the today's lecture. We'll try to complete all these formula related to the first order. In the next lecture, we will try to discuss about the different numericals based on the first order. Okay, thank you.